Yo, welcome to 5-Star Marvel. I give y'all 5-star content every single time, man. Now listen, we got a JxmyHighroller video for y'all, and one thing I gotta say about JxmyHighroller,
this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
Alright, Snoop. So, we got stories behind the strangest NBA photos you've ever seen. Let's get right into it. December 28th, 2011.
In the winter of 2011, the North Korean government held a funeral to honor the death of their former leader, Kim Jong-il. In attendance were high-ranking North Korean officials, members of the funeral committee, and the North Korean military. Like, the whole North Korean military. And as photos began to surface of this funeral, one photo in particular caught someone's eye. Now, at first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything strikingly off about this picture. Just one of many photos taken at this funeral. Except for one thing. This man standing all the way in the back who appears to be a giant. Like an actual giant. Just look at him. He's got to be twice as tall as everybody around him.
Yo, he's tall as shit compared to everybody else. He's literally double this man's height. This shit gotta be photoshopped. How you even see this? It's just straight black.
After doing some math and...
Yo. What flag is this, yo? What flag is this, yo? Let me find out, Korea.
Just look at him. He's got to be twice as tall as everybody around him. After doing some math and crude calculations, people concluded the man was about 8 feet tall. Who in the world
8 feet is
this
crazy.
Enormous figure who attended this funeral? Immediately after these photos were released, people around the world spotted the giant man in the image and the theories began to spread. Some say it was just another Photoshop job by the North Korean government to push the idea that they had a super soldier. Others speculated that it was an actual super soldier. Some theorists said that the man in the picture was actually just a normal-sized guy. The whole super soldier thing just being a cover-up for the fact that they're all really tiny.
Okay, are they really... this could be one of three things. They're either really tiny and my boy really tall. This is Yao Ming. Or Korean niggas started making super soldier serums, making niggas tall as shit. Hey man, I ain't say it.
Believe it or not, this was one of the least craziest theories. But it didn't take long for someone to realize North Korea is home to an actual giant. But this giant man wasn't a super soldier. In fact, he wasn't a soldier at all. This mystery man was 7'9" North Korean basketball player Ri Myung-hun. Throughout the 90s, Hun was a prominent player in North Korea playing for their national team.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know about y'all, but I have never heard of Myung-hun. I'm gonna keep it a bean.
And being their predominant
I'm gonna keep it a bean.
Hun even briefly traveled to the US to make the jump to the NBA. The man wasn't just a walking skyscraper. He was an exceptional player.
With a very strong chin.
Agile, strong, great skill set for a big man. Or rather, the biggest man.
The biggest man on the court.
Relationship between North Korea and the US.
Yo!
Rather, the biggest man.
Yo!
But because of the relationship...
This shit not fair. This shit not fair. If I see him suiting up, I'm quitting. I'm going home. That shit not fair.
North Korea and the US,
that nigga's tall as the basket.
Dreams were quickly shut down. The NBA and fans of the game were robbed of a potential foreign star. Ri Myung-hun was robbed of his hoop dreams, and the mystery of the giant super soldier was solved. And this is just one of many strange, fascinating, and odd basketball photos that have backstories that you have to see to believe.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, it's a big disadvantage of being that tall. You're prone to injuries, you can't walk through doorways, and you slow as shit. But being as tall as the Eiffel Tower definitely has its benefits, I ain't gonna lie.
Today's video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the free-to-play game.
No, sir. No, sir.
Keep the game fresh and
no, sir.
But that's not it.
No, sir.
It's here in your
God
inbox
damn,
for the next 30
long
days
ass ad.
only. So be sure to use the link in the description below or scan the QR code on
Don't stand there. QR code, yo. It's poison. It's poison to your phone.
Ranked Davidson. This was an early season game, so there wasn't much on the line, if anything at all. But fans still packed the house, and the game was aired on ESPN for two reasons. Sophomore sensation Blake Griffin and the junior phenom Stephen Curry, two of the best players in college basketball, squaring off in the NIT season tip-off tournament. And while fans across the country tuned in
Blake
to
Griffin was him back then.
So did two local basketball players that you may have heard of before. A 20-year-old Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook just 2 weeks into his NBA career. Oddly enough, both Durant and Westbrook were young enough to actually play in this college game. But on this day, they were just spectators who had the best seats in town. By now, they had heard about the dead-eye, quick-shooting, baby-faced assassin, but they wanted to see the prospect in action, liven up.
Yo, KD was plotting this whole time, and Russell Westbrook had no idea. KD, he out of pocket, man. He out of pocket. He was spying on Steph.
Hey, yo.
Close. They wanted to see just how good this scrawny two-guard really was. Was he the real deal, or just some shot chucker putting up deep threes at an unprecedented rate? He, in fact, was the real deal.
This is Shambo. Down low and Curry. As Curry uses the ball fake, knocks down the triple. Bishop finds Curry off the glassing. Little off-balance shot uses the glass. 19 for Curry.
I'm not gonna lie. Not even trying to be like Flay on some weird shit. Look, Curry play like me. Little floaters, little threes. He's just way better.
Curry right back. Curry a wide open.
A little taller too. A little bit taller.
Steal. Now Curry from way deep.
Ew, Curry.
Oh my goodness. Reverse. Curry still held this.
Blake Griffin don't got no highlights?
In the first half, John. To Curry with Griffin on. Pull up three. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Stephen Curry with 42. That is a new career.
In what would become the highest scoring game of his entire college career, Stephen Curry went on to score 44 points, but fell short of a comeback thanks to Blake Griffin's 25 points and 21 rebounds. Durant and Westbrook had seen enough. In their first ever...
Yo, Blake Griffin, I'm not gonna lie, that glow up was real. This cut is terrible. Terrible.
Boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And there's no way you got a fucking round back. No way.
Live look at Stephen Curry, they knew the kid was special. After the game, they met Steph, shared some words with one another, and snapped this picture. Two young NBA players meeting an NBA hopeful just looking to make a name for himself at the next level. At the time, Durant and Westbrook were a promising young duo in the NBA. But ironically, it would actually be Durant and Steph who would go on to rewrite NBA history. If this photo tells us anything, it's that we never truly know.
That shit really did come full circle, man. That shit really did come full circle.
Who's next up? The baby-faced undersized...
Hold on. I'm sorry to interrupt all the time, but look. I give a moment of silence for Russell Westbrook. He's very sad right now, and I'm very sorry, Brody.
Sharpshooter from Davidson was good, but
very sorry, Brody.
Could have predicted he would go on to be one of the greatest players in the history of the game. Not Westbrook, not Durant,
That's gotta hurt.
And certainly not Steph himself. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. This one is worth about 1 million. And over the years, there have been countless pictures taken within the NBA world that can tell an entire story. Some we are familiar with, and others hidden gems. Like in 1998 when Michael Jordan was hosting his famous flight school camp for up-and-coming basketball talent.
He was probably beating them with a belt, his mean ass.
You know, the camp where Michael will go out of his way to prove he's still got it, even if it means crushing the hopes and dreams of some wide-eyed little kid who's just happy to be there. Yeah, that camp.
Bro, not even trying.
At a camp like this, you would expect that there would be a handful of future NBA players in attendance throughout its near 20-year existence. And you would be right, because back in 1998 at the flight school camp, a photographer snapped this picture of Michael Jordan being guarded by a 17-year-old
LeBron James.
When this picture was taken, Yao was already a prodigy in the Chinese Basketball Association, but he wouldn't join the NBA until 4 years after this camp.
He's
Whether
tall
he knew it
as
or not,
shit.
MJ had an absolute world-class prospect on his hands. Now, unfortunately, there is no video footage of this pickup game, or at least none that I can find, which is an absolute travesty. So we'll just have to use our imagination and the clips from the 2 games where Michael and Yao faced off against each other in the NBA. Who would have thought that this 17-year-old Chinese prospect that attended Jordan's camp and had to guard him would be taking photos with Michael Jordan at the NBA All-Star game just 4 years later?
Tough.
Now, I'm not sure how well 17-year-old Yao Ming could guard Michael Jordan.
Shit really comes full circle, man. The league is a beautiful thing.
Shot into the 3rd row like a 22-year-old.
Get that bullshit out of here, Mike. You fucking bum.
Michael Jordan wasn't the only NBA star with his own camp. In fact, pretty much every notable NBA player has their own camp for elite young talent, including LeBron James. But LeBron's camp itself isn't much different from the rest of these skills camps. Get some of the best young hoopers in the country together to showcase their skills and get some scouts to come out and watch. But what is different about LeBron's camps is that he has gone toe-to-toe in
big ass
shorts
with
countless players.
Them shits is long.
Here's a picture from LeBron's skills camp in 2016.
Bro about to trip over his own shorts with his feet. That's crazy.
2016 with Colin Sexton and Trae Young.
And
Here's
Jordan
Devin
Poole.
Booker attending the Skills Academy back in 2014. Here's a photo from 2009 when Kyrie Irving was invited to the camp. If only they knew what would go down just 7 years later.
Iguodala to Curry, back to Iguodala, up for the layup.
Blocked by James!
Blocked by James! Irving and Curry, one-on-one. Irving puts it up. It's good!
Man, this shit was legendary. You had to be there. If you wasn't an NBA fan right now, right then, I feel bad for you, because this shit was magical. Magical!
Irving from downtown!
J.R. Smith, stop being hype, you fucking
But throughout
nuts.
all the years of LeBron's
You
Skills
ruined
Academy,
LeBron's legacy.
its inaugural camp in 2007
Ruined
remains
it.
one of the most stacked group of young players in the Skills Academy's history. Players came from not just around the country, but from around the entire world to attend the camp. And to wrap up a great week of hoops, LeBron and the camp attendees took this picture. Now, look closely, because not including LeBron, within this picture is 13 All-Star selections.
Hold on. Let's see if we can spot them all. Lance Stevenson, DeMar DeRozan, DeMarcus Cousins, Kemba Walker, don't know who this nigga is, and the rest I don't know. I don't know who they are.
NBA experience and 60,000
13 All-Star
NBA
collections is
points
crazy.
scored. See any familiar faces? How about a 17-year-old Kemba Walker, Lance Stevenson, a 16-year-old DeMarcus Cousins, DeMar DeRozan, and Greg Monroe? The whole point of these camps is to gather.
Don't know who Greg Monroe is. Not gonna lie.
But to capture this much talent in one photo, years before anyone knew who they were outside of the prep circuit, is remarkable. And what's even more remarkable is that despite LeBron being the veteran in this picture, a player who had already made it to the finals while these other players were still doing pre-algebra and third period, LeBron outlasted just about every single one of them. Greg Monroe hasn't played a full NBA season in 5 years.
Wow.
Leading up to last season, Lance Stevenson hadn't played in the NBA in 2 years. DeMarcus Cousins exited his prime a few years ago. In the past couple of seasons, Kemba Walker's age has begun to show. And DeMar DeRozan, well, DeRozan's still balling out. But LeBron is just as good today as he was when this photo was taken 15 years ago. Just one of many strange and fascinating basketball photos that have backstories you have to see to believe.
LeBron's career is damn near as old as me, bro. And he's still going.
Hope you all
I'm gonna dread the day when LeBron slows down. Oh man, I don't even want to think about it, I'm gonna be honest.
Enjoyed. And as always, until next time.
Hey man, like I said about JxmyHighroller, man.
Motherfucker, don't miss.
That shit was a banger, man. Alright. That's all I got for y'all. Follow the TikTok, follow the Instagram, follow the Twitch, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.